All right, all right. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this social media live. Hey, I'm excited for what I got for you guys. And yes, I am coming out a little bit earlier than usual because we're going to be heading back here soon. So welcome Instagram, welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube. And I got a special, a special message for you here today, right? And it's about wealth creation. I hear a lot of people saying that, Raul, how can you create wealth? Or how is it that I can go about it? And today I'm going to give you 5 steps, but I want to start with a high note. And the high note is wealth is not created, ladies and gentlemen. Pay very close attention because many people believe that wealth it's created, and wealth has never been created for the ages of centuries. There's no such a thing as wealth creation. Wealth, it's transferred. Wealth already exists. Wealth has been here in this world ever since existence. So there's wealth of happiness, wealth of great sceneries. We're actually in Laguna Beach area. We, went to the beach, went to, the Gulf, to, some great restaurants. And I'm in my head, I'm thinking, what is it that I'm going to share with you guys here today on a Sunday? And I'm thinking, you know what? A lot of people have been asking me, Raul, how do you create wealth? And how can you obviously, be able to create a great life, a freedom life, financial freedom? And, first and foremost, just understand, okay? Unlearn if it's needed on your behalf, because I had to do it, that wealth is not created. Wealth has been here forever. Would you agree with that? Yes or yes? And if it's yes, leave me a message down below. Now, let's get into it because I think it's important to understand and comprehend that. Wealth has already been here. So therefore, if wealth has already been in existence for however long the world has been, then that means that wealth can be transferred, not necessarily needs to be created. There's wealth of money, wealth of happiness, wealth of gratitude, wealth of relationship, wealth of real estate, wealth of investing. I mean, there's wealth already here. So don't look for create what's already in front of you. There's no need for creation. God has created it already since the beginning. The key question should be then, Raul, how can wealth be transferred into my life? Wouldn't you agree on that? Leave me a message down below. Wouldn't you? It's a better question, isn't it? So let's learn to ask quality questions so that we can get quality answers. And I'm going to give you 5 steps, 5 things that it's going to help you with wealth transfer, with how you can transfer wealth, to your life, with how you can, make a wealthy life, and how can grab the darkest moments, which that's what many people see, or recession situations, or for instance, we right now, as we are experiencing this moment, believe it or not, even on the most difficult times, it's where the biggest wealth transfers happen on the world. So pay attention, because what I'm going to share right now, the 5 steps, 5 things, and I'm going to go to them, one by one, it's going to help you prepare for the biggest wealth transfer that is going to happen around the globe in the next several months and years to come. So hopefully you pay attention, because I think it's super important. So, step number 1, you must seek, you must acquire knowledge. You must seek and acquire knowledge. Knowledge of what, Raul? Knowledge of how, the money works, how whatever wealth to you, what is it that you want to get transferred into your life? Okay. I want to get transfer happiness. I want to get transfer gratitude. I want to get transfer money. I want to get transfer, whatever it is, a great, a great trip, a great business, a great wife, husband, whatever that is, you're going to need to seek knowledge. Number 1 step is Get the knowledge, how the money works, how happiness works, how relationship works, how, for instance, you want to create a financial freedom life, you want wealth financially to be transferred to you, then let's talk about that. You need to learn how money works. You need to learn how debt works, how debt can increase, richness and wealth in your life, okay, and how, it could actually hurt you. You need to learn how, investments work, such as business investments, stock investments, real estate investments. You need to get the knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's super important to understand that. Would you agree that step number one, acquire the knowledge? It's been of my journey for 2 decades acquiring knowledge. And guess what? The first decade, I was stubborn. I thought that I had, that I knew more. And, I came to realize when I went bankrupt in 2009 that I didn't. That that I still needed to acquire further knowledge. So step number one, make sure that you acquire the knowledge, and the knowledge is out there. It already exists. That's why, see, wealth exists already, knowledge exists already, and what I'm going to share with you, it already exists. All you got to do is take those 5 steps for you to be a part of the greatest wealth transfer that we're about to experience in the next months and years to come, okay? So step number 2, relationships. Now, they gotta be the right kind of relationships. If you're looking to basically get wealth transferred, financial wealth transferred into your life, well, the relationships that you want, has to be those relationships that already has what you want, that already experience what you want to experience. So to build relationships takes obviously energy, takes time, takes a focus, takes obviously awareness. So make sure that you are working on that. All right. Step number 3, you must have a clear plan. You gotta have a plan. Now that plan has to be a very specific plan, ladies and gentlemen. A plan of, okay, how much time am I going to devote to my wealth transfer? How much time am I going to, work or devote to the knowledge portion, to the relationship portion? I got to have a plan. How much wealth is to me? What is specifically wealth means to me? So those are the questions that you need to ask yourself and that you need to answer yourself. So step number 3, have a plan. Oftentimes people tell me or ask me, Raul, about financial freedom. What is it that I need to do? I said, hey, listen, what type of financial freedom do you want right now? He says, well, I want to make sure that I have enough to pay just my bills and to have a great life. Okay. You got to define that. You got to put it into paper. Okay. What are your bills? What is it that is a recurring bills that you got to come up and pay every single month? And on top of that, add the lifestyle that you want. Let's say it's 10 grand, whatever that is. Well, create a plan that it's going to take you to 10 grand a month. And I can do that obviously for you, with you, in a different, obviously, setup. But I'm just sharing you, the high note of the 5 steps. In these 5 steps, the plan is crucial. Okay. It's crucial. And then the 4th step is you have to, listen to this, you have to take consistent, conscious action. I'm going to repeat it again. Consistent, conscious action. You have to do it, because that is going to take us to step number 5. Now, before I go to step number 5, let me just dive a bit into consistent, conscious execution, either action or execution. But understand, consistent. What does consistency means? Means get a rhythm and don't go below that rhythm. You can go high on that rhythm, but you cannot go low on that rhythm. So understand this. You got to be consistent. Consistent. In other words, consistency gives you predictability, or makes you predictable. Okay. Consistency, doing it over and over and over again, gives you, makes you predictable. Now, conscious execution, when you add consistency and then now consciousness, meaning you got to be aware of the execution that you're taking. You got to be aware of the execution. You got to be present of that execution of what? Of the plan. So understand, you acquire knowledge. Step number one, you create, a relationship. Step number two, you create a plan for the lifestyle that you want or the wealth style that you want. And then step number four, take consistent, conscious execution. Consistent, conscious execution. Now, when you do that, what is it that you're taking consistent, conscious execution of? Of the plan, of the lifestyle that you want, of the wealth that you want to transfer or get transferred into your life. And then that takes us to step number five. You got to have experience. You got to have experience. Experience will only happen when you take consistent, conscious execution, or even if you don't take it consciously. A lot of people execute unconsciously, and they execute unconsciously and inconsistently, and they still get X result. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so happy that I get to spend and invest this time with you right now, because a lot of the times I get asked, how can I create wealth? Stop trying to create, start learning how to get it transferred into your life. And what's about to happen, ladies and gentlemen, the next, months and years in front of our face, we're going to experience, the biggest wealth transfer of all times. And if you don't have the knowledge of how money works, investments work, on how debt works, how the financial system works, you're going to be left behind. And I'm telling you with deep into my heart. So either get it and invest time or don't complain, because there's a whole bunch of complainers and victimizers out there, but they don't do nothing to acquire the knowledge or to do something about it. So stop complaining for what you're not willing to invest in. So knowledge, step one, relationship, step two, takes time, takes, energy. Step three, plan, have a clear plan. You don't know how to create the plan? Well, pay someone. Well, educate, get courses or get together with someone that does. Okay. Now, number four, consistent, conscious execution. Put it into action, so that you can go to step five, get the experience. You have those five things. I can tell you that the next downturn, which I believe that we're already in, we're just, got the symptoms. It just hasn't yet been revealed by the entire media. But, hopefully it doesn't happen. But if it does, you'll remember this video. Okay. So, I don't want to, I'm not here to give you bad news or anything. I'm here so that you get prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday. Use it wisely, use it obviously so that you can continue to grow yourself. And, I'm very grateful that you were here with me, either on the live or that you're watching this video. So if you agree or disagree, go ahead and leave me a message down below. Make sure that you turn the notification button so that you get notified when I actually go live, right? So from Laguna Beach, California, from an amazing scenery, as some of you guys can maybe just get to see a little peek, but we're surrounded by great mountains. We're surrounded by wealth. We're surrounded by everything, happiness, grateful, gratitude. We're surrounded by everything. You just need to learn how to attract it to your life. And I'm just grateful about everything. Even when people criticize me, I'm freaking grateful because I couldn't have it any other way. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll send you a virtual hug. And always remember that you're one decision, one real estate deal away from changing whatever you want to change in your life. If you want to continue learning about life, wealth, real estate investments, I'm going to make you a very simple invitation. Go to RaulLunaAcademy.com and I got a free webinar. Go ahead and sign up. And then I also have, paid courses. So, invest in yourself so that you can attract the wealth that you want to attract. Thank you so much. Get to see you next time.